Dickinson State University. Please welcome to the podium Dr. Holly, Vice President of Affairs and Provost.
The prelude and processional music was provided by the DSU Concert Band, conducted by Professor Adam Mitchell. As a housekeeping reminder, please turn off cell phones and any other noise-making devices. In addition, the use of air horns or other noise-making devices is prohibited. Displayed on stage today are the flags of the graduates' respective home countries and the tribal flags of our American Indian graduates, as well as our own North Dakota and DSU flags. At this time, I would like to introduce the platform party seated on the stage. I ask that they stand when I call their name. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Ty Orton, Acting President. Scott Molander, Incoming President. Les Wheatstock, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Danita Bai, member of the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education. Kiera Mathern, Alumni Relations Director and Interim Director of Strategic Initiatives and Events. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge an empty chair that we have among our faculty and honor the life and legacy of Professor Michael Jennings, who passed this year after a courageous battle with cancer. Professor Jennings joined our faculty in 2023 as an assistant professor, bringing his wealth of knowledge and passion to the criminal justice and sociology courses he facilitated. Before joining us, he taught criminal justice at the University of Arkansas and served nearly 2 decades as a juvenile probation officer. During his career, he worked tirelessly on criminal cases and status offenses, specializing in youth gangs. In 2010, his efforts were recognized when he earned the Program of the Year award from the Arkansas Juvenile Justice Coalition for developing a martial arts diversion curriculum for at-risk teens. A dedicated professional, Michael was a former member of the Texas Gang Investigators Association and the Arkansas Juvenile Officers Association, and a present member of the Academy of Criminal Justice Sciences. His academic interests included tribal justice, criminal justice ethics, constitutional law, and community corrections, and all of which enriched his teaching and inspired his students. He was originally from Washington and a proud U.S. Navy veteran. Michael made Dickinson his home, where he lived with his wife of 20 years and their 2 dogs. Outside of his professional pursuits, he found joy in fishing, hunting, cooking, and watching movies. Today was Professor Jennings' favorite day. We know he is with us in spirit. He is deeply missed by all who had the privilege of knowing him. The following faculty and staff members were selected for emeritus distinction this year. If they are here with us, please stand as they are recognized. Dr. Deborah Dragseth, Mr. Toby Stroh, Dr. Doug King, Dr. Lori Hoff, Ms. Lisa Corbin, Mr. Timothy Kessel, Ms. Darla Hoffman, Connie Klein, Lori Hike, and President Emeritus Stephen D. Easton. If there are any emeritus faculty or staff in the attendance today, will you please stand and be recognized with these newly inducted emeriti? I would now like to invite the school deans to the stage to recognize this year's outstanding graduates. Full biographies are located in the commencement program. Please stand as you are recognized by your dean. Dean Oss, would you come forward?
Good morning. Our first recipient of the Outstanding Master Graduate Award is Christina Jorgensen. Christina, a Dickinson native, is the spouse of Jimmy Jorgensen, and is graduating with a Master of Arts in Teaching degree. Christina currently serves as Faith Formation Director at St. John Lutheran Church and plans to teach secondary math or science in the Dickinson area as she continues her passion for mentoring and educating young adults. I happen to know that Christina already has a science teaching job and will start in the fall. I'd like to lead the applause.
Our second outstanding graduate is Caitlin McCauley. Caitlin is from Hinsdale, Montana, and the daughter of Paul and Kristen McCauley. Caitlin is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. After graduation, Kate will begin her nursing career as a pediatric nurse at Sanford Medical in Bismarck while continuing to exemplify leadership and dedication in her field. She did ask me today to make sure that she gets to wish Coach a happy birthday, so happy birthday, Coach Whitcop. Congratulations, Caitlin.
Our final outstanding graduate is Griffin Obergewich. Griffin is from Dickinson and is the son of Scott and Naomi Obergewich. Griffin is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. Following graduation, Griffin will be pursuing a career in dentistry, bringing with him a deep commitment to learning, leadership, and service. Thank you, Griffin.
Welcome, everyone. Hopefully,
I turned it off. It's happened several times. Sorry about that. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully, you are excited for the day. I have several things that I wanted to speak to you graduates about. Let you know how much of an adventure this year has been for me, moving into this acting president's role. My wife and I have been busy all year. I want to say a special thanks to her, say a special thanks to my two kids who rarely saw me and handled a lot of situations, including some of the grocery shopping. A lot of Oreos and pop, I'm sure. I also want to say thank you to the faculty and staff, everything that you've done this year, the support, the encouragement, the, hey, look at this, listen. That's part of growth, that's part of teamwork, that's part of working together. That's where we're going. That's where we continue to go. Graduates, I have several things I want to talk about. I'm supposed to have a mic so I can walk around and somebody stole it. They don't want me to walk around. I have several things. One of them, first one, be optimistic. I want you to think about that. Be optimistic. Name the top 5 pessimistic people in the world of all time. You can't. You might know a couple in your circle that are always negative. Shy away from them. Don't let them bring you down. You have goals. You reached a point in your life where you are going to make something. Don't let somebody tell you you can't. Don't let somebody bring you down and say, no. Figure it out. Be positive. Work through it. You have a full support group. Always be optimistic. Martin Luther King did not say, I have a nightmare. Remember that. Travel. Always try something new. Always find something to do. Always go out there. There'll be a day where maybe you can't. Not because of health. Maybe you have other responsibilities. Maybe you have to take care of that. Travel. Experiment. See new things. Anybody can go to a resort in Mexico. Few people can go off that resort. Experiment, see life. Changes the world. Especially the education that you've just received, continue to do that. You always have to learn. Learn, learn, learn. We heard this in the education pinning. We heard this in the nursing pinning. You're going to hear it no matter where you are at. You just received a degree that your generation is telling you that is not important. That is not true. You fought through this. You went through those trials. You went through all those failures to make you better to succeed for the rest of your life. What you're getting today, nobody can take away. Keep it, cherish it. Remember how hard you worked. And remember your friends. Listen. Learn to listen. Learn to listen. Because you're going to be teaching. You're going to be telling each other what to do. You're going to be helping each other. But you also need to stop and say, am I really right? Am I really doing the right thing? Listen to each other. Listen to your family. Listen to the ones that have been there before. You're getting to that age now where you'll start to listen to your parents again. That's great because the relationship starts to come back, and now you start to develop that adult relationship with your parents. It's a beautiful thing. This is one I've used all year long. To know who you are, know who you are not. Know who you are not. I take that from Matthew McConaughey. Know who you are not. That is what's going to make you succeed. Keep pushing, keep trying. Make sure that you understand your strengths. Always. Success. Define success in your terms, not in anybody else's. People will tell you success is money. People will tell you success is relationships. People will tell you success is your college degree. Figure out what your success is and then pursue it. Attack it. Remember, just like the iceberg analogy, everybody sees the top of the iceberg, but all of the power and destruction can be under, or the growth. All of the work that you put in for success are the items that nobody will ever see. Continue to do that. Continue to push. Continue to make success important in your life. Last, appreciate the people along the way. Appreciate your family and friends. Appreciate the faculty. You know what? Not because they taught you something out of a book, but because they were there for you when things weren't good. Or they were there for you when things were great. It's easy when things are good to be happy. They were there during tough times. Your parents were there probably through some of the worst times in your life. They went through them exactly at the same time with you. Tell them thanks. Tell them thanks. It's time that everybody understands that. Because you are a cherished piece of the family. You are special to everyone around. That's why it's filled in here. That's why it's so hot up here. Last, like I said, this year's been a roller coaster. There will be some tears. There will be some joy. There will be a lot of laughter. It has been an honor to do what I could for this university, to help push us forward, to help make sure that your experience was unwavered. And the greatest thing that you could say is, I don't know what you're talking about. Great, we did our job. You didn't know. You didn't know some of the issues that the faculty were going through, that the provost. But you know what? That's what we're here for. We're here to make that experience better for you. Remember that. Because now it's your turn. It's your turn to solve problems and help somebody else out. Lastly, I want to thank DSU. I want to thank our students. I want to thank our community. This has been a joy. Thank you for everything that you guys have done, and enjoy today. So you get to keep hearing me a little bit more, so I apologize. Honored guests, we will now listen to a music selection performed by the DSU Chorale, conducted by Mackenzie Hicks, entitled You'll Never Walk Alone, arranged by Mark Huff, accompanied by Mariah Wills. Great job. Thank you for that, Mackenzie. Once again, the hard work behind the scenes. Thank you. With us today representing the State Board of Higher Education is Danita Bai. Danita has been a business consultant and leadership coach since 1997 for small to medium-sized businesses in science, technology, engineering, manufacturing industries. She previously worked as an investor and sales manager for Microtech, a medical device manufacturer, and in sales and sales management for Xerox Corporation, a global company best known for innovative digital products and services. Please welcome Danita Bai.
Thank you. It's great to be here this morning. President Orton, President-elect or incoming President Molander, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, graduates. Welcome. We're glad that you're here. So on behalf of the State Board of Higher Ed, congratulations for all your accomplishments. Let's give them another hand. As a member of the State Board, I take great pride in these ceremonies. Today, we celebrate your hard work, your accomplishments, your sweat and tears to get here today. The State Board of Higher Ed shapes policies and pathways, but our goal is to provide opportunities for you to have success, and it takes you to seize those opportunities and get into it. Your presence here today reminds everyone. It reminds you, it reminds your family, your friends, your aunts and uncles, your professors that you succeeded. And this ceremony is a special milestone that you will look back on for the rest of your life. This ceremony marks the formal completion. But as President Tai referred to, it also marks a milestone on your journey of learning for the rest of your life. And I'm confident that your formal learning here at DSU has prepared you well, but that also your informal learning, as you have gotten involved with activities and events and have gotten to know people, that your character and your leadership has grown also. Earlier this week, I was at a meeting at DSU, and I hopped into the president's office, and my eye immediately landed on this plaque, which has one of my favorite quotes by our dearly beloved President Theodore Roosevelt. And I am sure that many of you have heard this before, but if you're like me, I need to hear it over and over and over again. It is not the critic who counts, nor the person who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doers of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, and that's you. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if they fail, at least fails while daring greatly, so that their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know who know neither victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt. So I want to applaud you for being in the arena now, and would challenge you, as well as all of us, to continue to be in the arena and to make a positive difference in the world. Thank you for placing your trust in DSU, and we continue to applaud your accomplishments. And I encourage you to embrace today and to recognize that you have taken some incredible, momentous steps, and that those will propel you to be in the arena moving forward. So again, congratulations from the State Board of Higher Ed.
Danita, just a small gift from us. I had this put together. I put it together last night. I lied. I didn't put that together. So, at this time, I'd like to introduce Amy Grinsteiner, DSU's 2025 Distinguished Educator of the Year. Amy is an assistant professor of teacher education for School of Education and is the assessment coordinator for the university. She began her career at Dickinson State University in 2021 after 8 years in K-12 education. Please welcome Amy.
It is my pleasure to introduce our 2025 commencement speakers, Griffin Obergewich and Ronnie Nakota. Griffin Obergewich is from Dickinson and is the son of Scott and Naomi Obergewich. Griffin is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology and minors in chemistry and leadership studies.
Hi, Mom. Thank you, Professor Grinsteiner, and thank you for the distinguished guests who were able to join us today on this momentous occasion. Welcome, family, friends of the graduates today. This day would not be the same without you here. And to also everyone watching on the live stream, including my dad, who is either in Africa or Germany somewhere, I'm not sure. Thank you for joining us no matter the distance. Growing up here in Dickinson, I dreamt of the day I would become a Bison. It feels so much better being up on this stage as a Blue Hawk. What an honor it is to be selected as the commencement speaker for the DSU Spring 2025 commencement. Although I'd like to say it was my outstanding application that was definitely not turned at the last minute that got me this spot, I would be remiss to acknowledge that it was not I, but I only as a vessel of a much greater plan, as all thanks to God and His Son, Jesus Christ. Throughout college, the biggest lesson I've learned is that nothing I've done, accomplished, or will accomplish has been done by my own hands, work, or intuition. Rather, it's a gift from God that I'm so lucky to be able to share with you all today. Along with these graces, there have been an army of people behind me and ahead of me who have helped me become the best version of myself and to be able to make the most of my time here at Dickinson State University. There are so many people I want and need to thank, but if I did that, we'd be here all day, so I'll just name a few. Firstly, I want to thank the man who converted me from the dark side of NDSU to come to DSU, Shane Whitcop, Coach Whitcop. Thank you. You quickly became one of the most important people in my lives. And with that, I've spent countless hours with you. Along with your better half, Ann, thanks for taping me up and sticking me with needles to keep me going. You guys together took a chance on me. Coach offered me a spot on the cross-country team once I came in my orientation in June. I'd never spoken to him before. Even though he denies it, I'm convinced that he never followed my athletic career in high school. But here I am. Being a part of his teams has been the greatest honor, the most enjoyable and memorable part of my college career. He has shown me and all his other athletes the highest standard of character, work ethic, and gratitude, which has made his teams feel like family. Even though I'm graduating, our deep philosophical and theological conversations are not over. Be ready. Secondly, Acting President, DSU Heritage Foundation, Executive Director, Mr. Ty Orton, who has assumed the role of one of my biggest mentors. Thank you for offering stability and tough love that have gotten me through 5 academic advisors and 4 different Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program directors. On that note, the current director of Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program, Michelle Orton, thank you for challenging me to accountability and excellence in your time as director. Together, you two have kept my head from spinning off from how high stress I run. Ty, thank you for telling me how it is and stepping up for all the students at DSU to show us what great leadership is. I will without doubt keep the advice you have given me as I go through each stage going forward. Lastly, and most importantly, my mom and my dad, who have been my rocks through my time here at DSU. Not only have they not charged me rent living at their house, but my mom makes great food. It has been such an experience to train my butt off at practice, run home, eat a full meal in 5 minutes, and run next to my next commitment. Mom, you're the strongest woman I know, and I have you to thank to keep me on track, to not lose sight of who I am, and to not lose sight of my worth. Thank you for always being there, no matter what that meant. Like I mentioned, my father is currently overseas, and I have no words for him now to describe what he means to me, what he's done for me. All I can say is I love you, and celebrate accordingly on my behalf. We will be celebrating here. This is just my message to my parents, but I'm sure each of you graduates have a message that you want to give to those people who are there for you, no matter what that meant. And do that today, as this is as much their day as your day. For my parting message, I want to repeat that I've loved every second of my time here at DSU, and I'm sad to see it come to an end. Nowhere else could I have had the success and pure enjoyment in this time of my life as I have had here at DSU. To all the other graduates, you guys have played a huge role in that. And I hope to have crossed paths with each and every one of you, whether it be student ambassador, student senate, honors program, athletics, no matter what it was. I hope you all look back at your time like I will, reminisce with gratitude and pleasure of your experience. Most of all, I hope you learned how to love just a little bit better at your time here at DSU. Whether it be a lifelong friend you made, the love of your life, and a husband or a wife someday to raise a future little Blue Hawk, or just loving yourself a little bit better, getting through all the trials and triumph that you've gone through here. As we leave here to chase our dreams, let's not overlook the power of kindness. Remember the kindness of a professor who extended a deadline, or the kindness of the perch staff who made your favorite meal. The people who have the biggest impact on us weren't always the ones with the most titles or the loudest personalities. They were instead the ones who offered to pick you up, shared a smile, or believed in us quietly. Let's be those people in someone else's story. Not on the paper, but from my heart. I want to thank you guys again just for being there, enjoying this time with me, going to the games, going to all the events, making my time so memorable, so enjoyable. With that, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you guys have accomplished, some of you the first time, some of you in a long line of college graduates. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I'm honored to join the ranks of alumni, but I'm extra honored to join it with you. Thank you, stay in touch, and as always, Hawks are up.
Our second student speaker today is Ronnie Nakota. Ronnie Nakota is from Riverton, Wyoming, and is the daughter of Bender and Maria Nakota. Ronnie is graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Administration and Human Resource Management.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see how many of you are here to support all these DSU grads. And thank you to the faculty and staff standing behind me as well. My journey at Dickinson State began in August of 2021. The road to get there was anything but simple. A year earlier, I had deferred college, unsure of what the future held for me. I didn't have life figured out, but what I did have was a job at my hometown Walmart, working 12-hour shifts, sometimes working my days off, and juggling other side gigs just to stay afloat. I remember one night in particular. It was nearly 11 p.m., and I had just gotten home from a long shift. Exhausted, I sat down with my laptop and started to finish my application for the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program. The deadline was just minutes away, and I knew I should have submitted something sooner. But between the long shifts, the uncertainty, and being in the workforce during COVID-19, I was simply doing my best. When I received my acceptance letter into the program, it felt like a turning point. From the first time in a long while, I had something to look forward to. I had something to work for. From that moment until I stepped foot on campus that first semester, I carried that hope with me. That moment, and so many since, have reminded me that success doesn't always start with certainty. Sometimes it begins in the middle of exhaustion, at your kitchen table after a 12-hour shift, chasing a dream while the world feels like it's falling apart. And now, standing on the edge of graduation, I know those hard days are building me into the person I am today. Stepping onto campus that first August, it felt like my whole life was falling apart again. The new semester just didn't start the mark of my college career. It marked the beginning of a completely new chapter. For many, that meant becoming a college freshman. But for me, that meant making my first true adult decision, choosing to let go of what no longer aligned so I could step into the life that I was meant to live. A future that led me here, standing on this stage with all of you, my fellow graduates. But I won't lie, when I arrived, I didn't come with wide eyes and excitement. I came in with a heavy heart and a negative mindset. I thought college itself was the problem. I thought the experiences were flawed and I thought that college was the problem. I thought the experiences were flawed and that I didn't belong. What I've come to understand is that college wasn't the problem. It was my outlook. I can tell you exactly when the turning point happened. It was the first week of my second semester. Some of you might remember Dr. Stacy Cordery. If you do, then you understand what I mean when I say she didn't hold back. She pulled me aside, and with that signature honesty of hers, she called me out. She asked me if I wanted to be here. She challenged me to admit something that was hard, that I was the one getting in my own way, that my negative attitude was shaping my entire experience. That conversation changed everything. From that moment on, I made the choice to show up differently. I started saying yes. I took every opportunity that DSU gave me, and I ran with it. And little by little, I began shaping myself into the person I am today. It's easy to think that college is just about taking classes and earning a degree. But being a presence on campus, truly being a part of this community, is so much more than that. It's showing up, not just in the classroom, but in every corner of campus life. It's cheering at athletic events, staying late to help up at after-student activities, and finding your voice in organizations that shape the student experience. For me, that meant getting involved in programs that inspired and challenged me. The Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program, the DSU Student Ambassadors, At Yuletime, Boo Hawks, and the countless other volunteer opportunities. Each one helped me grow in no way a textbook ever could. Each one reminded me that I was a part of something bigger than myself. Unfortunately, after 4 semesters in the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program, I didn't get to stay. Between spreading myself too thin and working nearly full-time. After my first year in the program, I was Freshman Scholar of the Year. And my sophomore year, I was Scholar of the Year. I was coming off a high in the program. Physically, I was excelling, but academically, I was falling behind. The program was turning a new page, raising its expectations, and redefining what it meant to be a leader within. At that time, I was working nearly full-time while trying to keep up academically and be involved, but my GPA kept falling below the mark. I wasn't discouraged, in fact. I was grateful Grateful for the time I had in the program, for the leadership lessons it gave me, and the experience wasn't an ending. It was a redirection. Losing that role allowed me to step into new ones. I dove into what it means to be a student ambassador, giving campus tours, and sharing what made DSU feel like home. I dedicated my free time to events like the Red Paperclip Challenge. I also had the chance to help with the State of the State address and meet Governor Burgum. I also got involved with DSU Discover Days and so many other moments that remind me how alive this campus is when you show up for it. When you show up for Dickinson State University, the community and campus show up for you too. Whether that be at a DSU tailgate, the homecoming parade, the kids at Boo Hawks, or an athletic event. It could not be more true. And I can bet every single one of you here today can agree with me. My time at DSU will have a lasting impact on my life, not only because I got my college education, but because of the support system I was able to create for myself. For some of you, that can consist of your coaches, advisors, professors, and friendships that you gained here in college. I want to thank a few as I stand here today. I don't even think these strong women realize the impact they've had on me. Dr. Cordery created the turning point in my life, the moment that shifted everything. Dr. Dragseth helped remind myself who I am by reflecting her own strength and grace on me. And Dr. Holly Grucke reminded me that it's okay to pause and to breathe and to be kind to yourself when things get hard. So thank you to these 3 inspiring women who impacted me at DSU. Everyone's college experience is different. It's personal, it's unique, it's shaped by thousands of small moments. But if there's one thing I believe every graduate here today can agree on, it's this. When you show up for Dickinson State University, when you truly invest in this campus, it shows up for you too. Being the first in my family to graduate college, I cannot overstate how true what I'm about to say is. I cannot fully express how proud, how thankful, and how deeply honored I am to stand here today as a Dickinson State University alum. Thank you.
Great job, speakers. And Ronnie, you made me cry. At this time, we pause to honor the life and legacy of Andrea Carver, who is being awarded her Master of Business Administration posthumously. Sorry. Andrea was a cherished member of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship and a dedicated North Dakota University System employee at her sister institution, Williston State. She was a beloved wife, a mother, and she had an overwhelming passion for education and learning. We invite her friends and family forward to accept her degree on her behalf. Kathy Meyer, DSU Director of Academic Records and Registrar, will read the names of our candidates as they come forward and approach the platform. On behalf of the faculty whom I represent today, we extend to you, the candidates for graduation, our most sincere congratulations. You did it. Dr. Joan Oss and Dr. Ayo Oragudadi, please come forward to assist with the hooding of our master's degree candidates. Will the candidates for degrees please stand? That's you all. These candidates have fulfilled the requirements for graduation for the appropriate academic degree. Therefore, I recommend the awarding of the appropriate degree that each candidate may enjoy the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining to that degree. President Orton, will you come forward to confirm the graduates?
By the authority vested in me by the State Board of Higher Education in the state of North Dakota, I hereby confer upon the academic degree that you have received and that you have completed. You may now move your tassel from right to left and be seated. Congratulations. Graduates, beginning with the master's degree candidates, please approach the platform and receive your diplomas.
Stephen James Deutsch. Christina Jorgensen. Emma Lee Norkia. Kavika Keeling Oholele. Caitlin Sue Aston. Emily Blake Beck. Brenna Dawn Lordeman. Gwen Minette Masquetta. Edric Norquia. Leighton Rodney Ling. Xavier John Patterson. Griffin Scott Obergewich. Ronnie Lee Nakota. Anna Mary Beer. Trevor Lee Berry. Jacob Henry Daniel. Presenting Jacob's diploma this morning is his father, Tim Daniel, DSU alum and faculty member at Dickinson State University. Corbin James Harris. Hayden Elizabeth Henschel. Amanda Marie Hausel. Carson Adam Lunak. Callie Nicole Mack. Emma Catherine Miller. Haley Puff. Katrina Pass. Sarah Smith. Lexi Tatum. Madison Tiana Wall. Samantha Rose Burke. Haley E. Carnes. Taylor Ann Lee. Nicole Martin. Alexander McCullough. Alexandria Miller. Sylvia Jane Reese. Mitchell Carl Saylor. Madison Ray Schwint. Aubrey Elena Barnum. Josmer Zapeta. Presenting Josmer's diploma this morning is his mother, Maria Zapeta, staff member at Dickinson State University. Noel Arend. Asia LeMay Willer Bentz. Cameron Collins. Cale A. Corley. Carter James Kuderna. Kylie Larson. Lane Neal. Jet Austin Ogren. Trey Stevens. Brooks Talbot. Xavier Tyrus Vincent. Michael Duke Wischowski. Samuel Adams. Chantel Leanne Bertelson. Kara Lee Conway. Savannah Duke. Oyokose Egbule. Cameron Dane Erickson. Amber Nicole Estabrook. John Evans. Aiden J. Fischel. Catherine Leona Fox. Jackson John Franklin. Brooke Johnson. Christine Ann Juma. Riley Cobley. Courtney Ruley. Alexis Roller. Caden Steele. Aaliyah Rose Billers. Nathaniel Scott Woodruff. August Bernard Wright. Jasmine Alexis Wutsky. Jaron Anderson. Rose Anderson. Edward Aranda Calixto. Morgan Barbara Ani. Blake Barner. Galen Johnny Brantley III. Shelby N. Carr. Carissa Lynn Comer. Haley Kimberly Davis. Megan Fox. Zoe Lee Hyde. Carson Hunter. Rachel Grace Kelly. Kylie Ann Kleppen. Tate Marie Cohn. Dalton Martin. Jewel Olson. Asia Phillips. Tinley M. Pearson. Brendan John Rasmussen. Jaslyn Schmidt. Haven Daisy Taylor. Kaholo Tovis. Nathan Unruh. Jackson Willems. Alexia Katerina Wold. Kylie Brielle Barnett. Darian Brown. Juan Camacho. Robert William Flowers. Bailey Morgan Hansen. Charlie Ann Heigert. Loden J. Idler. Jacob James Jessen. Lainey Jones. Dawson Kylan. Autumn Rose Martin Gertz. Gracious Matarusi. Tanatswa Maviza. Clayton John McAllister. Zane Paul McCormick. Katerina Grace Messmer. Chase Miller. Victoria Rose Moreno. Wentz Masquetta. Caleb Stephen Nielsen. Jenna Marie Novotny. Shiloh Olson. Braden Palmer. Ella Peterson. Amy Marie Vole. Rebecca Kayleen Davis. Clayton Shute. Michael Yeaman. Dakota Otoni Auk. Jalen Baxter. Caitlin McCauley. Sydney A. Mossett. Brianna Price. Alyssa Marie Kessel. Moses Alexander Dokes. Hannah Selensky. Ellison Elizabeth Eldridge. Hayden Michael Lockey. Mackenzie Echeverria. Leah Kennedy Nauman. Samuel Richard Stillings. Taylor Bolin. Alicia Engstrom. J.L. Garfield. Madison Hughes. Peyton Marie Janeway. Parker Madison Knight. Jasmine Ladwig. Laura Mala. Chelsea Pacheco. Ashley Darlene Pinto Melendez. Mackenzie Denali Smith. Seth Subak. Jessica Lynn Gubler. Sydney Lynn Ellingson. Janet Biago Felix. Ellie LeBlanc. Brielle Rose Partridge. Emma Stillings.
At this time, I'd like to ask the graduates to be louder than the people that were here for you, thanking them. Let's hear it. Great job. Great job. This time, I'd like to welcome DSU alum Kiera Mathern to the podium to give her congratulations to our new alumni. Kiera earned her undergraduate degree in 2022 and her master's degree in 2024 from DSU.
How about them grads? Good morning, everyone. Today is a celebration of pride and reflection. On behalf of the DSU Alumni Association and as a proud DSU alum myself, I'm honored to stand before you and say congratulations to the class of 25. Let's take a moment and reflect. As you sit here in your cap and gown, think back to the first time you walked through the doors of Dickinson State. Maybe you were nervous, Excited, determined, you could have been all three. Today, you sit among your peers at the threshold of becoming part of something even bigger. You have now completed this incredible chapter. You've persevered, you've grown, and you've achieved what you set out to do. That is something to be deeply proud of. As you walked across this stage, you officially became part of the DSU alumni family, nearly 15,000 strong, spanning states, countries, and industries. You are joining a powerful network of Blue Hawks who have walked your campus, studied in your classrooms, and cheered in these very stands, but most of all, built lifelong friendships. But this is not goodbye. This is simply the next step with your journey with us, the DSU Alumni Association. We're here to keep you connected to your Blue Hawk roots. We host gatherings across the country, and we want you to be there. Whether it's your first job, a career milestone, a wedding, or the arrival of a new family member, maybe a future Blue Hawk, we want to celebrate with you. Share your journey with us. Please also follow us on social media, and it's not a catch, really follow us on social media. That's how you can stay updated with events and things coming in your areas. Mostly, if you ever find yourself back on campus, come visit us at the DSU Heritage Foundation. If you don't know where we are already, we are the blue building screaming Blue Hawk pride at the bottom of the hill. Inside, you'll find artifacts and stories from over 1 century of Dickinson State University history that you're part of. May it be a reminder that wherever life takes you, a piece of DSU will always be with you. On behalf of the Alumni Association, congratulations to this extraordinary milestone. Soak it in. You've earned every bit of it. And remember, our way forward is with you, the alumni. Congratulations.
We're getting close. I would like to introduce DSU's 14th president, Scott Molander. Scott Molander is a DSU alum, has been the builder of businesses, communities, and students throughout his career. Innovative entrepreneurship has been a guiding tenet of his work, both as a former member of the Butler University faculty team and the co-founder and chief operating officer of Lids Sports Group. Please join me in welcoming our next president, Scott Molander.
All right, everybody got coffee? I'm going to keep this short, right at 45 minutes. Man, I'm so humbled and honored to be here. Who would have thought 62 years ago when I walked across this stage that I would be standing here addressing you? I'm really honored and excited to step into the role of president at Dickinson State. This institution, has a great tradition of excellence, community partnership, and student success, as you can see right here. And we look forward to building on this legacy in the years to come. I promise you that. As we look to the future, my commitment to you is to lead with purpose, collaborate, and have deep respect for the values that made DSU the cornerstone of this region. Today, as we celebrate the achievements of our graduates, we are reminded of the heart of our mission. Our students, each of you represents the dedication, resilience, and spirit that define Dickinson State University. Your journey has shaped the institution just as much as it has shaped you. And your success is a powerful reflection of the excellence we strive for each day. As we look to the future, we remain committed to building on that foundation, supporting student success, strengthening regional partnerships, and preparing the next generation of leaders who will make a lasting impact across our communities and beyond. But today, is a day to celebrate this monumental accomplishment. Remember, nothing good happens after midnight. Okay? DSU grads, I would like to recognize you for all the hard work you made to make this special day happen. The commencement planning members, academic records, DSU Heritage Foundation, honors ushers, DSU band, the choir, public safety, Sodexo, we had some good food today, ProTech and Consulting, University Relations and the University Store, facilities and consolidated communications, and most importantly, the staff, faculty, and the students. After the recessional, we invite everyone to proceed through the curtain, through the doors of Scott Gym, back into Weinbergen for a reception. There are academic school banners placed throughout the gym to help you locate your fellow graduates. I look forward to congratulating each of you as we move into the future together. Thank you. Now, where's Mackenzie? Gonna leave? There she is, right behind me. I should have known that. Come on, Mackenzie.
I would like to invite everyone to stand with me as we sing our alma mater. It's all right, just do your best. Hail to thee, our alma mater of the blue and gray, fair to us above all others is thy name today. Blue and gray flag we love, float and wave alway for DSU. May thine own forever be loyal to thy memory.
Thank you, Mackenzie. I also want to note that Mackenzie was the 2025 Professional Staff Service Award recipient. Doesn't she have a beautiful voice? Those in the audience, please remain standing during the recessional to allow graduates, faculty, and the platform party to exit the gym. Thank you. I now declare the 2025 DSU commencement ceremony closed.
Back into